Hey yo, this is EJ Terry from the All Day Sports Talk Podcast, bringing you another episode of the Who Dat Maniacs Review. The New Orleans Saints have given Jameis Winston less than a week to make a decision. Will he continue to play for the New Orleans Saints, or will he take his talents elsewhere? Let's talk about it on the Who Dat Maniacs Review. Jameis Winston could be entering his fourth season as a New Orleans Saint. Let's take some time to pump the brakes on that as I give you a little history lesson about Jameis Winston. The year was 2019. Jameis Winston's final season with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is the worst of his career and the worst of any quarterback in the history of the NFL. Jameis Winston threw 33 touchdowns and a whopping 30 interceptions. What team, what coach would take a chance on Jameis Winston? That coach was the New Orleans Saints, Sean Payton, where Jameis Winston could play behind Drew Brees in the final season of Drew Brees' illustrious career. Jameis Winston didn't step on the field that much to play behind Drew Brees, but he took the time to learn. And in the following season, in the 2021 football season, Jameis Winston was on his way to having the best season of his NFL career, throwing for 14 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and had the highest passer rating of 102.8. But it all came to a crushing end when he was injured in a game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, sustained an injury on his ACL. Jameis worked hard from the time of the injury, going into training camp, so he could prepare himself for the 2022 football season. Now, he's able to start the season as he had a quarterback battle with Taysom Hill and also Andy Dalton. Started the season and it looks like he regressed, throwing 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions with a 79.5 QB rating. But the question always remained, was Jameis Winston healthy enough to return to the 2022 football season to play at full strength and at full potential? Now, in the games that he played in, first game he played against the Atlanta Falcons, he was able to come back in that game, throwing 2 touchdowns to Michael Thomas. And in the following games against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers, those games didn't seem so well for him. Then the word got out that, is he healthy enough to play? Now backup Andy Dalton came in, and when Dalton came in to play for the Saints, Jameis Winston never saw the field again. Now, there was a statement that he made that said that when players return from injury, starting quarterbacks, they normally don't ride the bench. It was something to that effect. But hey, Dennis Allen continued to roll with his man, which he had more faith in Andy Dalton than he had with Jameis Winston. And what did we get? We got a 7-win and 10 losses, led by, for the most part, by Andy Dalton. Now, let's bring it to the light right now, where we are right now with the state of Jameis Winston. He signed a 2-year deal back in 2021. This is the final year of his contract, which will pay him $12.5 million, but that deal is non-guaranteed. So the Saints can cut him right now, which will put him a bit high in dead cap money. But if they do a post June 1st cut, it'll give them like $11 million in cap space. But yesterday, they came and they made a proposal or gave Jameis Winston an ultimatum to restructure his contract. Now, if he decides he wants to stay, what is he going to be? He's going to be a backup. And I'm pretty sure Jameis Winston was not expecting to be a backup. He wants to start for an NFL football team. So, if he decides to stay and be the backup, hey, that can have an effect on the Saints drafting a quarterback in this year's draft. And he can play behind Derek Carr if he wants to play. But I pretty much think that this Jameis Winston, New Orleans Saints, Dennis Allen situation, whatever it is, the marriage is over. I don't think Dennis Allen wanted him there in the first place, but I think what they're doing is that they're trying to show some type of respect to Jameis Winston, but at the same time, Jameis, if he feels like he has an opportunity to go somewhere to prove himself where he can start and eventually make more money, hey, you make that choice, you do that. Now, there are a few teams out there that may be able to use his services right now to go out there and start. The 49ers, they really don't have a starting quarterback right now. Brock Purdy's out. The word is that Jimmy Garoppolo is probably going to get traded. And, you know, he could battle that out with Trey Lance if Trey Lance is healthy enough. You have the Arizona Cardinals, who has Kyler Murray. That's out with an ACL injury. And they definitely don't have a backup quarterback because I think the backup quarterback, Colt McCoy, he retired. You have the Colts, who has his quarterback carousel. They're bringing in older veterans each year, and it doesn't seem to work out. And who's to say that the quarterback that they bring in, that they draft, is going to come in and start? I don't think that's going to happen. And then you have the Washington Commanders. Pretty much the same situation. They're in a quarterback carousel right now. They need a veteran quarterback. And so the word is out. Who could they bring in to start? So, I mean, hey, this opportunity is for Jameis Winston to pretty much say, hey, am I going to sit behind Derek Carr and play under this restructure deal, or am I going to take my talents elsewhere where I have a better opportunity to start and play under a coach that coaches up to my style of football playability? Hey, guess we'll get to see what happens with Jameis Winston in the future. But if it was me, I'd personally pack my bags and leave. This organization did him bad. He came back healthy. He was listed as healthy to play several healthy scratches, and he didn't get an opportunity to go out there and show what he could really do. I think the 2021 year was an implication of what was possible for him to do under the coaching of Sean Payton, but it's just not a Dennis Allen guy. And so with Derek Carr being in there, with the amount of money that they're paying Derek Carr, they want Derek Carr on the field. And I'm pretty sure Jameis Winston didn't come here to hold a clipboard. You know, and then you got to look at the fact that Jameis Winston could have went somewhere else, but he came to the Saints. And I think the only reason why he came to the Saints is because the Saints didn't get Deshaun Watson as they were pursuing him last year. So they had to roll with somebody. But in the end, I always thought that Andy Dalton was going to bring in and come in and eventually get the playing time and take that playing time from Jameis Winston. That's pretty much what happened. So, Jameis, I got love for you, man. You know, it's just a tough break for you. And, you know, I just wish you the best in the future. But, you know, many people are saying that your ceiling right now is just to be a role player, a backup quarterback for the rest of your career. But, hey, he's still under 30. He's still under 30, and I mean, you never know. You could go somewhere, play for one of these teams, be a bridge quarterback, or, you know, do another proven year and, you know, make your bread, make your money, man. But, hey, this is EJ Terry signing off. Another episode of the Who That Maniacs Review. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.
Like the run of a ball. Like the run of a ball. Like the run of a ball.